Donald Trump versus Caitlin Collins or Catlin Collins, whatever her name is. Man, let me tell you this, man. I just got off work. Let me tell you this, guys. That was a travesty. I watched the whole thing from start to finish. CNN pulled the rug up under us. So let's say this. Let me say this, right? I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be that bad. How many people actually answer the question? I haven't watched anybody talk about it or nothing because I want to give you my full, unfiltered thoughts on this, right? Because you know me, I'm not politically correct. I haven't watched anybody's breakdown of what happened because I want to watch it myself. I only watched it once. I usually watch it once for entertainment and then the second time for a breakdown. So I haven't watched it twice, but I'm going to break this down for you as best I can with a one viewing. CNN is terrible, man. CNN is terrible. That lady who was the host. Now, listen, she's a puppet. Let's get this out the way. Let's keep it real here. These puppeteers are controlling the hell out of these people. She already had, she's like an actress, right? I wonder if they really believe that stuff they say. I mean, she was up there and they had a complete agenda up there. Now, you guys, you ever seen a town hall meeting? A town hall meeting is supposed to be like this. You're supposed to have a moderator or a questionnaire person, and they're just supposed to sit back, ask a few questions, or make a few small talk, and then hand it over to the voters, because it's all about the voters. It's not about what you and the puppeteers want to feed us, and it's nothing but BS, right? First, 20, 30 minutes, they didn't even take any questions. She was literally having a debate with Donald Trump, and she was doing fact-checking live on the air, and she was lying the whole damn time. And no matter what he said, she's not going to like the answer, right? No matter what he said, they're not going to like the answer. She's an actress. Everything that woman said was scripted, okay? And believe me, they practice it because they know Donald Trump. They know when you ask him a certain question, he's going to answer it a certain way, and they role play and stuff like that. It was all acted. Now, he caught her off guard a couple of times, but all she was trying to do was get him with gotcha questions. That's the second thing. But the first thing is bring up the old liberal talking points. And what are those? January 6th, 2020 election. All the, his crimes, his little things that he's going through right now, which are complete BS. And it's just like, he did go off on her one time saying you're a miserable person or something like that, but he is better than me, man. Because this is what I would have said if I was Donald Trump. I liked a few of his answers. I didn't like some of his answers. I would have told her about halfway through, I'd have said, ma'am, is this a town hall meeting or is this debate between me and you? Because you're just a puppet. I know you're just talking through the puppeteers and they got the strings on you. I did enjoy it, don't get me wrong, because I love Donald. Donald Trump is must-see TV. Whether you hate him, love him, because you only hate or love him. People really don't not care about Donald Trump. He's just so polarizing. But some of the answers he gave I liked. I especially liked the one when they said, who are you picking? Because these people are evil, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make this clear, okay? They are evil. No matter what Donald Trump says, they will not agree with him. They will disagree with him, and that lady was there as a propagandist, period. That answer he gave when they asked, who do you want to win the war? He said, I don't want anybody to win the war. I'm not for winning and losing. I'm for ending the war and having people stop dying. That's a great answer. Everybody should want that. But what did she say? Oh, so we need an answer. She would never agree with him. So basically what you're saying is, lady and puppeteers, that's not, if Joe Biden would have said that answer and said, hey, listen, because Joe Biden already screwed himself. He already basically called Putin a war criminal. Guys, you got to understand something. I know you guys understand this. He is going to be the president in 2024, more than likely. How the hell is he going to call Putin a war criminal? How's he going to do that? He can't. The reason why is because he has to sit down and negotiate with him and end this war. He said he can end it in one day. Now, of course, he can't end it in one day. But I believe two things what Donald Trump said. One, this war never would have happened if he was there, because it didn't happen when he was there. And two, I believe he could sit down with them and he could help end the war. I think he can come and negotiate because both of them respect him. They don't respect Brandon, and we know this. They just don't. Now, I would say I'm not going to blame the lady, the moderator, but she was the same woman on CNN, the morning show. I think she was one of those people that got rid of Don Lemon, which that's a good thing, I guess. Don Lemon, base Don Lemon, was talking about some stuff and they didn't like it. Boy, you can't win for losing with the lefties, boy. You can't, because they were mad. They broke CNN. I believe they were going to come in to that town hall before the cackling hens on The View and everybody else put pressure on CNN, because they basically said they didn't even like CNN for letting the man talk. They don't even want the man up there talking. You know what I mean? I mean, if you guys don't understand and see what they're trying to control you, because they want to feed you what they want to feed you. They don't want to give you the truth. They want to give you what their truth is. And what's the truth? You need them. Donald Trump is bad. Biden is good. Socialism is good, meaning they just give you free money. Money printing is good. Donald Trump did it too. But what I believe would happen is I believed CNN caved to the lefties, to MSNBC. CNN, I actually had hope for them. You know, because certain shows I watch, and they were kind of not fully in the middle, but they were leaning towards the middle. Last night, they just went full-blown wokesters last night. And I believe the lefties had something to do with that. I believe they were going to do a little bit of that, not as much, and take more questions. Because at the end of the day, I did want to hear Trump get asked some questions from the moderator a little bit here and there. Unbiased questions, which you never will get with CNN. I don't care what kind of situation they're in. But two, I want to hear what the voters have to say. You know, I wanted at least 8 to 10 more voters asking questions. Meanwhile, he's got to answer stupid-ass questions about the 2020 election in January 6th. You know what I mean? They will never admit because he gave good answers about, you know, how he may not arrest the Proud Boys. He has to look into it, individual cases. You think CNN's going to say, hey, Tucker Carlson came out with the tapes? That's what I would have said if I was Donald Trump. He didn't say that. He should have said, well, the January 6th situation, he should have said what he said, and then he should have added, well, you saw the tape that Tucker Carlson came out with. Y'all gonna say something about that, CNN? And I would have asked the questions back there. Since we're debating here, I would have kept asking her questions. If she would have asked me stupid questions, I would have answered the question with the right answer and went right back at her. Well, we're not here to answer my question. Well, don't ask me stupid questions like that. Let me hear from the voters, because I'm not here to debate you. I'll debate Joe Biden or Brandon when he gets up there, or Robert F. Kennedy. I'm not here to debate you. That shit was pissing me off, man. So I never thought I'd see this country like this. There's one thing when they try to hide it. They've been doing this for years, hiding it. But man, they are just so bold with it right now. They're doing that shit on national TV. Now again, guys, I'm not saying Donald Trump's a savior and he's perfect, this, that, and the third. But there's a reason why they don't want this man in office. You know what I mean? Right now, to be completely honest with you, and I got to keep looking at Robert F. Kennedy's policies. I like what he's talking, man. I like the fact that he loves Bitcoin. He doesn't want the money printing. And he said the pandemic was a scamdemic and the vaccines were BS. I mean, everything else I got to still look at it. If he wants to send money to Ukraine and stuff like that, I don't believe in that. But Donald Trump, what I don't like about him is I think he prints too much money and he's all for the dollar. I understand why he's all for the dollar, because he's the United States president. He doesn't want the dollar to die, and I get that. But he needs to take a look at Bitcoin and some precious metals and tell people to get out there and get that stuff besides the dollar. But of course, you know, even Donald Trump, as much as he like gold, and trust me, I live in Las Vegas, his whole Trump Tower thing is gold. They're not going to tell us that. So let me tell you where I'm coming from on that. That's where I'm coming from. But Robert F. Kennedy, that guy's a real one, man. You know what I mean? And that's why they want to silence him. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. If you don't fall in line with this evil cabal party, which most of the left are doing and some of the right are doing, by the way, you're going on the chopping blocks. And that's why all these things are coming up on Donald Trump. I mean, think about it, guys. Think about all these charges, these BS $5 million he's got to pay, and going to court for this and doing depositions for that. Meanwhile, you got Brandon and his son. They didn't even bring them in for questioning. Like, come on. Like, my God, either the Republican Party is really, really weak, or the Democratic Party saying, hey, you know, or it's those people, those puppeteers that got control of everything. But let me tell you what you got to do. And I'll get back to the debate in a minute, because that was the debate last night. It wasn't no freaking town hall meeting. You got to vote with your money. You got to get your cash and take it and turn it into Bitcoin and turn it into precious metals and tangible things that you need. Do not save in dollars. This is not financial advice. Don't save in dollars. Don't buy into the stock market. And definitely don't buy any bonds. You know what I mean? And keep some cash with you. Of course, you got to have cash for the short term. You know what I mean? Outside the banking system. And that's key. Because I'm going to make a video soon talking about what is the Fed going to do. Are they either going to save the dollar or save the banks? Because they can't do both. But back to the debate. I was laughing and screaming at the same time. Because Donald Trump, again, he's must-see TV. And I don't have anything written down, so I'm going off the top of my head. Donald Trump, man, he's nobody to play with. But he got caught a couple times when they asked him, hey, who do you want to win? And he paused, and then he gave a great answer. And then he just should have been more harder on her, man. I think he should have. I think he should have been. And I know he's trying to play the politically correct, you know, as much as Donald Trump can be politically correct, because he's not politically correct, you know. But you could tell he's leading right now. You're not supposed to be leading this early, and it's not even close to being into the voting thing yet, to the voting season yet. And he's leading. But also after the, I'll get back to the debate in a minute. Again, it's a debate. It wasn't a freaking town hall. After the debate, did you see those people on CNN just going off? And thank God for Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds, my twin, by the way. That man, I was going to call him something else. That man went up there and spoke the truth. They are such liars. Okay, CNN is such liars. All they talk about is January 6th, is 2020 denial, and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? And Trump even said it. He goes, look, man, you got to be an idiot not to know what happened in that election. Everybody knows, but you can't talk about it. They don't even want you to talk about it. Now well, let me talk about Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds checked them last night. I wish I was home editing this video. I would put some clips on him. He was checking Van Jones, because all of them were flat out lying. I tell you what, they will never do that again. They will never. You can't bring one of the real Republicans on there. They should have brought a rhino up there. You can't bring Lauren Boebert or Matt Gaetz or Marjorie Taylor Greene or Jim Jordan or Chip Roy or Byron Donalds on CNN. You can't, because he will destroy all of them at the same time. Of course, they're trying to cut him off and tell him what to say. And, you know, because he sits there. Byron Donalds just sits there and lets them talk. And then once it's his turn, because he doesn't interrupt them, he just lets them talk. Once it's his turn, he starts talking. And look what happens. Pull it up on YouTube. They start cutting him off and saying, blah, blah. Don't cut him off. Let him talk. You shouldn't have brought him up there. The reason they cut him off because they don't want the CNN voters, the Democrats, the lefties, to know the truth. Period. It's absolute BS. The same thing back to the debate. The same thing that the moderator, the one he was debating, did. She did the same exact thing. Every time Donald Trump would say something she didn't like, she either challenged him on it, or at the end of what he said, she'd say a sentence and then move on to the next question, basically saying, yeah, forget what he said, voters. He doesn't want this, or he doesn't, you know, whatever she says, I'm going to feed you the narrative. And trust me, she practiced that. You won't hear that nowhere else except this channel. That's why, guys, I need you to hit the like button, and I need you to share these videos, because you're going to get the truth over here. This is going to be like a Rumble channel, and I'm going to be on here until they kick me off and don't let me back on. It's so funny. Nick from the Nevada Coin and Jewelry, my boss, he was telling me, basically, he doesn't want me really promoting my channel at work, because, you know, we're doing work and it's all about him. And, you know, he doesn't want to be responsible. He doesn't want to say, hey, the words that Jerry's saying, blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, he's running the business. And basically saying that, you know, my ideas and thoughts don't align with Nevada Coin and Jewelry. He doesn't want to be liable for what I say. And I get it. I understand. You know, I respect him for that. But when I'm off work, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. So I need y'all help get me out here. I'm only getting a few views because YouTube's got me shadow banned. They absolutely got me shadow banned. I'm losing subscribers. I don't get, you know, you guys are not getting my notifications. you know why that is. The same reason to a very, very tiny, small percent of what they're doing to Tucker Carlson. They're trying to pay that man to stay home, and what they did to Donald Trump last night. But anyways, that was a complete travesty. Now, I don't know what the lefties said about what Homegirl was doing last night. They should be happy as hell about that. Even The View should be happy. But I'm gonna watch all this stuff when I get home, because I didn't watch anything. I just basically watched that, and I was like, wow. And then I watched the after stuff, and man, Byron Donalds, he gave it to him. I know I'm probably missing some stuff. I was thinking about reacting to it last night, but it's so long, I don't think I can do it. But CNN should be ashamed of themselves, man. This is why nobody trusts them. This is why they're a joke. What they did is they pulled a rug up under us, and they said, well, you know what? We're going to use this twofold. One, we're going to get the ratings from Donald Trump, because nobody watches fucking CNN. Okay, so that was smart. They got the ratings. But at the same time, we're going to bash Donald Trump. And we can use this 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, however long it was, day to talk about it for the next 2 weeks. And that's what they're going to do, because their ratings are shit when Donald Trump is not in office. So what they got to do, they got to talk about Donald Trump. You think they're going to talk about Joe Biden? Or Brandon, excuse me? And talk about what he does? They never do it. And I like the stuff about the documents and the Mar-a-Lago thing. I like that because they brought that up. They're like, hey, she said, hey, those documents you had, blah, blah, blah. You know when you bring that up, he's going to bring up Brandon, And then, of course, he's trying to correct Donald Trump when he's saying something. That's not your job, lady. Just sit back and shut up. I know you're doing what you're told. But when he said, well, Brandon did it. He did it 1,800 boxes. He had it in the garage in a Corvette. Who else? Richard Nixon did it. And Obama did it. Oh, no, Obama didn't do it. Obama didn't do that. That's her. And he said Mike Pence did it too. She didn't correct him on that. Well, when Biden did it, it was different. It was different. It's so obvious what these people are doing. They're nothing but a left-wing, they're nothing but a media left-wing arm of the Democratic Party. That's it. And I don't got to tell you guys that. Man, people don't see this, man. I was talking to somebody today about it. I said, how you feel about it? They go, oh, I couldn't even watch it. I go, oh, why? Because I don't know what their political party. I said, why? Oh, because I can't stand Donald Trump. So you couldn't watch it because you can't stand Donald Trump. You don't want to see the guy who may be our president and may answer the question. Who cares who you like or don't like? I don't care what the president looks like if I don't like him or not. Is he going to stop inflation? Is he going to close our borders? Is he going to have jobs be good? Is our military going to be strong and focus on the fucking military instead of all this dumb shit they're focusing on? Not go to war, not steal from us by printing money, and not teaching kids this other garbage. I don't care who's in office. But no, I couldn't watch it because it's Donald Trump. I know I'm missing some stuff, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what I'm missing. But those are my thoughts. If I miss anything, I'll talk about it more tomorrow. But let me tell you guys something. Those are the problems, what happened. Here's the solutions, okay? I'm going to tell you what the solutions are. A lot of people say voting doesn't mean anything. I can't say that, man. I mean, even though I am how I am and I know what happened in these elections, I just know what my people went through to vote. And I know that we have to go out there and vote. And again, like Donald Trump said, they said, well, will you accept these? Will you accept the what happened in the 2024 if you lose? He goes, no, not if it's BS, but if it's okay, then yeah. You know what I mean? Why don't y'all bring up when Hillary Clinton in 2016 said Donald Trump stole it? Y'all never say nothing about that? Again, it's two sets of rules, ladies and gentlemen. But what you need to do is this. Inform yourself on the candidates, okay? Inform yourself on your candidates. Go out there and vote. You got to vote, okay? But they're not going to save you, okay? Let me tell you what you need to vote on. How you spend your dollars, how you spend your money. That's how you vote. That's how you really vote. The Bitcoiners say it's not red versus blue, it's orange versus green. I'm going to say this. It's not red versus blue. It's the printing press versus the hard money. Okay? And you know what the hard money is. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you and yours, man. And get out there and vote with your dollar and your energy. All right? I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love.